preseason is in the books. I'm not scared. Hello, Fins Nation, and welcome to Fins Temporal Focus. Just got done watching the Miami Dolphins win over the Jacksonville Jaguars, and please forgive me. I had just had some work done on my teeth and my gums, so I'm still a little swelled. I'm still a little sore, but we'll get through this, and hopefully I'll be talking a little better in a few days. This was an ugly game. 14-6 final for the Dolphins, and it was not pretty. Not a lot to be proud of in this game. Tua struggled against the second-string Jaguars team. Now, some of that, I know a lot of people are looking into that as like, oh, this is their second team. They should have just dominated. Well, you're also facing a wounded dog. And what I mean by that is these guys are playing for everything. And you would hope that our starters would be playing for everything, but they're not. They're just trying to warm up. They're just trying to get ready for the regular season. And the guys they're facing is, some of them may be on the bubble, and when it's hard to if you got somebody who's got nothing to lose, that is a fearful opponent in one sense. So it doesn't bother me that much that Miami did not dominate on offense against their defense. Our defense did pretty much dominate their offense, which is a good sign. Got to see a little bit of Chop, Phillips, and Chubb on the field together. Very first play, total havoc. Chop gets the sack to start the game, but we're still in that same territory. You get the sack, they get a penalty. They get a little bit of a gain after that, and it's like 3rd and 16 or something like that, and they give up a 16-yard run to the quarterback. I just talked about this in my other video. That is killing us, and we're still doing it. It's good first down, good second down, blow something, especially on long situations. We see it constantly, 3rd and long, 4th and long, and we're giving it up. We cannot keep people in front of us for some reason. And I don't have an answer. So, I mean, that's McDaniel and Weaver's job. So, mostly Weaver's job in that sense. But the defensive line was the only thing to be happy about in this game. I thought our defensive line, backups, starters, everybody looked really good on the front seven. The front seven looked really good. Defensive backs still looking soft. Luckily, the Jaguars played poorly themselves. And I'll get into some of the numbers. I'm not going to go over everybody's numbers. Wilson, who everybody seems down on, I'm not really down on him. I think yours has outplayed him. But to say significantly, I think they're even. I really do. I mean, but I also believe that yours being a rookie and Wilson being a veteran, I lean toward yours. Just because he's in his rookie season, he looks just as good as Wilson. But a lot of people are down on Wilson, and I haven't really been able to figure it out. His numbers have not been bad in any of the preseason games. He's been pretty much average. Now, that being said, yours, which Wilson was 9 of 13 for 80 yards today. was sacked again. Our offensive line can't stop a nosebleed. They gave up 6 sacks overall, 2 on Tua today against second team group. So doesn't look good. Ewers 7 of 8, 66 yards. So he didn't throw the ball a lot, but efficient. Done what was asked of him to do. So in that sense, when you look at it, Ewers had the one bad game against the Bears. And I still think Wilson looked average in that game. Then the Lions game, I think Ewers looked better. I still wasn't as high on him as a lot of people. I thought he made some great throws in that game. He also threw a couple of dirt balls. And so did Wilson. Again, I felt like Wilson seemed to be kind of like he still seems like he's not rearing back and just letting the ball go. It seems like he's really trying to place the ball. And I still don't know if that's good or bad. But I think they're dead even. Honestly, I would prefer to go with Ewers just because he is a rookie at the backup position. And I don't think Wilson has outplayed him in the preseason. I think they're still neck and neck for the backup job. But as I said in previous videos, Wilson is going to be the backup. They're not going to pay him $6 million to be a third-string quarterback. And we're not really going to gain anything by cutting him. So it just makes no sense to me. Maybe they make a move. I don't know. But on that sense, I think they're neck and neck. Has Wilson played out of his mind? Absolutely not. But Ewers, for a rookie, he has played good. But we said that about Skyler. Of course, Skyler is playing lights out in Pittsburgh right now. So, I don't know. Maybe it just our scheme didn't work for him. But we'll see. It's preseason. Skylar Thompson always seemed like he played really good preseason for us. It was he seemed indecisive once we got to the real games. But that's neither here nor there. He's no longer a Dolphin, so we're going to move on. Gordon is still standing out. 8 for 43 yards today. I think it was like 5.3 yard average, something like that. And still absolutely tough running. Love seeing that. Hart skipped a little bit because he did limp coming off I think it was the second drive. And so Hart fell in my stomach a little bit because, we've already got Jalen Wright is down. I've not talked to you guys since that. Jalen Wright is out. Hopefully he'll be back for week 1. But he was carted off during practice. And we will get into the Judon signing and all of that in this video. So a lot to go over real quick. One of the interesting things is Oliver Gordon yelled at the offensive line. I think it was, again, the second drive, may have been the one when he got a little shaken up. But this is a rookie, and he was on the sideline yelling at the offensive line to get your heads up, get into the game, That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I love this kid. I think he's an absolute steal, at least early. We'll see how it goes. But early on, just a downhill runner, a bully type runner. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of this kid. To me, he is the preseason MVP. You can put that to bed. Ollie Gordon, MVP preseason. We'll see how it translates once the games mean something. But he is absolutely the MVP of this preseason. Absolutely brilliant running by him. Malik Washington still had a good day, 341 yards and a touchdown. An absolute great touchdown, which got Tua out of the game because I think they were still trying to get Tua to do something. And Malik is the one that did something. Tua dropped off about a 5-10 yard pass, and Malik did the rest with absolute ankle-breaking moves and headed to the end zone. Looked brilliant. I love Malik. I love Taj as well, who also contributed 4 catches for 30 yards. You also had an Izukama sighting. He had 4 catches for 30 yards and a really nice fourth down grab. That the ball was actually a little high. It was there though. Don't get me wrong. It was not a bad throw, but he went up and got that thing, and that was a brilliant catch on his part on 4th down. Brilliant play. I think that was in, I want to say maybe late 3rd quarter, early 4th. Dolphins defense had 3 sacks on the day. Chop, of course, getting 1 right off the bat. Derek McClendon also had a sack, and then Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb combined for a sack themselves, and then you had John Saunders Jr., who added a pick, who plays safety for us right now. Very much on the bubble on Saunders, but we'll see how that goes, which I'll get into that in some more videos. But yeah, that's your top billing for this game, and there wasn't a lot to be proud of. The offensive line, heavens to Megatroid. The offensive line was horrendous today. They gave up 6 sacks, 2 on Tua, pressured all day, and it did not look, like I said, Ollie Gordon went off on the offensive line on the sideline, and it's going to come down to what our starters can do, and they did not look good today. Especially considering they were going against Jacksonville's second team, and all their backups. And we're going to have growing pains with Patrick Paul and wow, I just went completely blank. Sayanoa. I promise I will get his name right. But the rookie guard, and Brewers is going to be solid. We know Jackson, when he does come back. Now, granted, Jackson is injured. He was injured last year, so you got to hope that he's going to come back and be solid for us at the right tackle position, because I'm trying to think of the guy that was out there today. It started. Maybe it was. I hope it wasn't Brownskill, because I really enjoyed him the other day. But anyway, you still have James Daniels. You have Brewer, and I think that side's going to be solid. But you still have. Well, you have 2 unproven starters in Patrick Paul and Savia. And then you also have Jackson, who is who's had the injury bug. So he's got to stay healthy, and we do not have the backups to cover anything. So even with Jackson playing, you still have to worry about that left side a little bit. There's going to be growing pains with it. And can Tua survive those growing pains? That's going to be the big question going into the season, which I will dive into closer we get. We've got 2 weeks before we play the Colts in Indianapolis, home of Mark Clayton, my favorite wide receiver. But Again, the offensive line looked really bad today. Defensive backs did not look well. The only thing that you could hang your hat on about today's game was the front seven of the defense. Played lights out. Was really good. Of course, I just talked about Jalen Wright and the injury that he had. And then, of course, there was the signing. And I come close when I found out that we signed Matthew Judon. I started to do a video, and I withheld because I knew we had the game coming up against Jacksonville. And I didn't have any real feelings on it. I don't hate it. Obviously, he's a solid player. 15 sacks. Not last year, but the year before. Went down a lot last year. He maintains that it was because Atlanta used him in coverage more than letting him go after the quarterback. But we have good pass rushers. We need corners. And now we've signed Matthew Judon. Now, maybe this, turns out to be a blessing. Excuse me, by the way. It turns out to be a blessing because, Chubb is coming off an injury. Phillips is coming off an injury. So there is that possibility, hopefully everybody stays healthy. But when you sign this guy, and to be a rotational player, really, is what they're bringing him in to be. And you do not really have a corner. I'm hoping that somebody will step up, but if you look at preseason, nobody has. Now, is everybody, putting up a bunch of numbers on us? No, they haven't. But there's nothing that stood out from our defensive backs either. And, these guys are not playing Josh Allen. They're not playing Patrick Mahomes. They're, it's guys that may or may not be on a team by the time this video airs, for that matter. Not impressed. So going into the season, I still maintain. If you watched my video when I was when the schedule came out, I was kind of going over the schedule. I'm still in that boat. The Colts game is one that comes to mind. That is a winnable game. It is also a losable. I could see us losing it the same as I could see us winning it. And there's so many games on our schedule that I can see that way. So I think it's going to be an interesting ride. Have I given up on the season? No, I haven't. I know a lot of people have. And that's okay. Everybody's got to do their own thing. But I'm not there yet. And I won't be there until week 4. Week 4, week 5, you kind of know where the team is. And right now, we do not know. All we've seen is guys trying to make the team. We know kind of what we have, but you haven't seen what Weaver's got up his sleeve, McDaniel's got up his sleeve. Hopefully it's something. But mano a mano has not been good, which is basically what preseason is. It is mano a mano, line up, take on each other, and it's very vanilla in the preseason. So we're still having a lot of trouble with scrambling quarterbacks, which does not hold well in our division. But I think the season can go really, really well or really, really bad. And we'll get into it more. I will talk. I'll probably do game. I went completely blank. I'm so sorry. Pre-games with my picks and stuff. I'm not going to pick every game NFL. I've watched other people do it. It doesn't really interest me. So we'll probably just do more of a deeper dive into the Dolphins' opponents. Maybe mention a couple of games that might be interesting. Or if there's a game that you guys want me to talk about or want my opinion on, put it in the notification and let me know. Again, like and subscribe, all those wonderful little things. It is appreciated. Give me some feedback. What do you want to hear? What do you want me to talk about? What do you want to talk about? But tonight was about Jacksonville and Miami and just where we stand going into the season. And I think it's still just 50-50. It's going to be interesting. And the first 3 games, I think, is going to be very, very telling. So with that, we're going to let it go. Leave a comment. What do you think about Matthew Judon, the signing? Again, like I said, I don't hate it. I felt like we needed help a lot of other places compared to pass rusher. Let me know if of the Ollie Gordon, you agree that absolutely MVP of preseason. Does that mean anything? No. I mean, I wasn't doing these videos at the time, but I remember Skylar Thompson would have definitely gotten my preseason MVP his rookie season. So, so does it mean anything? No. But I think this kid's going to be good. But anyway, leave a like, leave a comment. Again, let me know what you think about Gordon. Let me know what you think about the Judon signing. I know it's a little late on the Judon signing, but again, I just didn't think it warranted a video on its own. I felt like it's something I could just mention in passing. But we're getting ready for the season, guys. We got 2 weeks, and we will be in Indianapolis. Guys, make good decisions. Hopefully, I will be able to talk in a few days, maybe a week. But make good decisions and fins up, baby.